Alright, that's a little bit testing over. There we go. Hello. Okay, a bit of a sloppy start to the season. Apologies. Hello, everyone. I'm Szándor Czirják from AZcom. I'll be streaming this season once again. This year we're in a bit of a clumsy situation. I did not handle the beginning of the season well enough, and we've unfortunately ended up with a grand total attendance of 4 whole drivers at the first race. This is, in my opinion, mainly down to the fact that I have forgotten to advertise the league in the little off period of about 2 or 3 weeks we had. Yeah, I will be focusing on getting more drivers into this league. That will easily work out once I start advertising. I know a lot of people come from that. And yeah, so we'll just have a little fun with these 4 drivers. I'm gonna gain points of this. I don't really care. And yeah, we'll see where this league goes afterwards. Now we can see Roberto Garcia was the first one to start his lap, but I've clearly already seen through this first corner that Radu has been catching him quite rapidly. Now, oh, well, that's the first DNF of the season, I guess. Oh, and Radu is also gone. Slime Cakes put himself on intermediate. That's brilliant. Not sure why he's teleported to the pits the second he left the session. That's what I think is weird here. Again, I might sometimes tab out. Unfortunately, I still don't have a second monitor, so to do literally anything else, I still have to tab out. So, not much that can be done about that. Oh, hold on. Might want to have a look at that. I just heard music. It's not very loud. I think that's on purpose. Let me quickly check the music. Okay, theme is streamer friendly apparently. Okay, I don't care. You'd barely hear it anyway. I've set it to that setting where it plays it through like the speakers. Ryu, first one to set time. Again, don't think we're really going to take this qualifying series, like this entire weekend here. We'll probably not be taken too seriously. Don't blame them. We just didn't prepare the season properly. Was expecting a little more work from both myself and Nino and Saeed. But yeah, no, unfortunately I got a bit busy during the last week. Thought I could do everything, but then the last 2 days have been pretty busy. And then, oh crap. So here we are. I'll just use this, a bit of test. I might get a new monitor next week, by the way. So, hey, maybe the streams will indeed get better. You never know. Just noticed I have multiple things on the screen. Intermediate. Nearly 6 seconds down. He's just testing, you know, he's just doing pit stop training. Right, Slunking hits in his pits. Okay, Leopardata Rado's back out on track at least. Don't know what happened to him previously, but oh, he's drifting on that curb there. Or at least that's what it looked like for me. I guess having Racing League tools open and sending data all the time does make my game a little glitchy, as you can see. It doesn't really make it too laggy, but you can see the car's kind of jittering around a little. No big deal though, as long as we can see where the cars are going, then it should not be a problem in my opinion. Performance should not be the main factor here. And after all, I'm not running a 5 frames per second slideshow, so it's all good. Leopardata Radu, what can he do to challenge Rio Montano? Rio again came off a pretty strong season. Leopardata Radu came off a pretty strong season in my honest opinion. Only 4/10 off. So that's a 130.2 or 3. Sorry, that's 3, yeah. 352, that is. Again, there's not really any point at this moment of just really following the action too closely because everyone's just kind of trundling around doing their own thing, you know. Again, I highly doubt Radu is currently actually pushing. So I'm just gonna take this quick time to focus on doing something else. Oh well, at least from this just from this first race alone, we already have at least one clip we can put on the YouTube channel here. And that is Roberto Garcia not even finishing his first flying lap on in the league. I mean, it's not his first flying. I mean, technically we could call it his first flying lap in the league, considering we've gone through a whole rebrand, but it's technically still the same league. But I'm gonna call it a new league from now on anyway. You can also see clearly by a bunch of people's cars that the driver number system's no longer in place. It's because I'm not Tigis and I do not want to use like 500 different types of sim hub graphics on my stream. I think for now the ones in the game do just fine. You gotta love that grinding noise that the engines make from a distance, because it sounds really funny when a driver is just slowing down a little bit. This is them grinding gears through the corner, it's kind of funny. Oh, and Radu's gone again. I think it's pretty funny. Oh, never mind, this time he didn't, he was the one that teleported to the pits. Slunking's still driving on intermediates. I mean, he's just challenging himself, you know? What I find interesting is he wasn't even driving at full throttle there. What can he do? How fast can he be on intermediates? Because Slime King knows his skill. He knows what he's capable of, and considering who he's going against, I assume he only really sees Ryu as the only challenge. So whatever he does, he shouldn't take it, take everything too hard. He's only gonna overdrive himself, and considering his pace, picking up an easy first or second should be possible, unless he decides to actually drive the whole race on intermediates. I wouldn't do that if I were him, but okay. That's up to him. You can just see that downforce lack on the intermediates. In a straight line it does work, but yeah, in corners not as much. Either way, glad he's just at least having fun. I thought Leverado had already rejoined earlier. This honestly really showcases how long an 18-minute qualifying session can be if you've only got 4 drivers. So meanwhile, I'm just going to quickly what's this? Oh, hold on, never mind. I mean, he has improved, so it's only 4.1 seconds back now, but that's closer to 4 than it is to 5. I assume that this lap he's also going to be pushing because he's still got enough ERS to do so. You can really see makes good use of that track width that he's got. Is this just my audio, or is the like directional audio in this game really not working? Because the audio is moving right to left a little too much. I can see he has to lift off here. Oh, never mind. He's lifting off on purpose. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's saving his ERS to do another flying lap. That's just as simple as that. That's how the intermediates work. Leverato's just gone onto a flying lap. What I find interesting here is, looking at this, Roberto Garcia. Now, I friended Leverado and Roberto Garcia and Slime King. I added the nickname. Yeah, never mind. I added it for Roberto Garcia only and not the other ones. Okay, yeah, I guess then that's my fault. Let me just quickly. Where are they? Huh? They're literally in the game. Why are they not? Why do they only show up if I do it like that? That's stupid. So simply, I don't use that weird capitalization that W. Don't know if this will count from the next session onwards already, or if it will only count from a completely different session onwards, but we'll have to see. Considering his 100% ERS and his occasional use of the brakes, and just lifting off means he's definitely not pushing right now. Leverado therefore is going to be first on the start of the lap. Will Slime King and Ryu be at the line in time to start a new lap? I think it's going to be pretty tight for Ryu here. Meanwhile, Leverado starts his lap. So, yeah, Bahrain, the people are missing out on a pretty great track to drive and overtake on. This Track would have been great for racing. We have Qatar next, which is unfortunately slightly less. Don't know what Slime King's doing. He's just slotting behind Ryu. Will we make it to the line in time? It's gonna be a tough one. He's gonna make it. Whew, they make it to the line only just in time. The final 3 laps are going in, and Lepadaturadu is up on Ryu Montano in the first sector. We could see just on the right hand side that he was about a 10th up in the first sector. So his pace, it's the same as Ryu originally had in Season 1. It's really gone up as time went on. You can see he makes use of all of the track width he can, but again, don't do that thing where... don't do the Barcelona where you hit that little side road at turn 1 and bounce wide into turn 1. You can see again, almost half a second up. That's definitely up on Ryu Montano, whether that delta was to himself or to Ryu. Ryu himself is up 2/10. There you can see 2/10 in almost half a second. Lepadaturadu comes across the line to finish his lap, and he goes to pole with a 1:29.866. That means that all we have to wait for now is for Ryu Montano to come through those final corners. He's more than half a second up. He's more than half a second up. The track conditions, despite the low amount of drivers, have definitely visibly improved there. Here he comes. And Ryu Montano takes back pole position. 1:29.5. That's up to Slime King to just show what he's got. No improvements, seemingly. There we go, first qualifying session of the season. Only 4 drivers? Big shame? No, not really. I think it's a miracle we got 4 drivers to begin with. I made a big mistake. I think I didn't push the league enough, especially not on the advertising side. I just completely messed up. Forgot to share the league. Yeah, as a result, no one joins. Either way, we'll be improving a little. I'm just gonna upload a bit of content from maybe this season, and then maybe a few extra clips from last season from previous streams that I can save. And from there we should figure out a good way to advertise our league to the public. We already have basically an advertisement template from Lucas anyway, from the LOM Cup seasons. So we just toss it around and see what happens. We'll figure it out. Either way, we're just ready for the 4 cars to get their setups ready, get ready for the lights to go out, and then hopefully at least finish the race and not retire, because that's the thing. If you don't complete more than 90% of the race, you will not get points, even if there is only 4 drivers. Now, in past races we have had the formation lap off, so I assume someone is going to come into the chat now and ask why the hell formation lap is on. Well, that's simply because I don't see the problem. I've seen just one glitch. I have seen just a single glitch where someone, if they're an AI, will just continue and do a whole new lap. That's easily fixed. Restart the lobby. Give the person who became an AI a grid penalty, and boom. Or something, I don't know, because to become an AI you must completely leave the lobby, so generally that is kind of their own fault. Like, I know you may have internet problems, but sometimes that is fixable. Either way, I'm not here to be accusative. I'm a commentator after all. We need to stay unbiased as possible. Even so, people like us are always subject to a little bias every once in a while. No, I'm just gonna keep those two off. Here are your starting tires. Levidatorado starting on hards, the rest all mediums. Well, there's the possible race strategies just in time. I find the two-stop strategy it shows really, really weird, because who in their right mind would do that? I think medium, medium, soft would be a more viable strategy in that case. I think Ryu's doing the warming up strat where you just kind of slam your brakes and throttle at the same time, because he was just very much going in a straight line. He's only making it hard on himself by driving away from the rest. What a foggy day we've got in Bahrain today. What on earth is going on? I can literally not see them. That is... That's one way to line up. Alright. Here we come. Oh, Levidatorrado's gone again. 5 red lights are out. On. And they're out. And we're underway. And... what on earth has gone on there? AI Levidatorrado's had an absolute flyer of a start. Just gone immediately. Not entirely sure what's going on there, but Slime King just drops back behind Roberto Garcia. It's probably trying to give him an actual challenge. Similar to what happened when when I had to fight against Elias, and he just kind of went straight on at turn 1 to give himself a challenge, have to go through the field again. Levidatorrado's going to rejoin the lobby to see himself in the lead. That's going to be kind of funny. Well, but there goes the lead. He'll be glad to see that he's still in the fight, though, and not immediately gone. He's taking control of his car again. Has he? Yeah, he's in control of his own car again. That's good to see. But I pray for him that he doesn't have to rejoin as many times as he did in qualifying, because that's going to be pretty detrimental. I personally have to laugh at the background music you can hear coming out of speakers every once in a while. That's kind of funny. Rightio. Man, the fog on the straight is insane. I think Levidatorrado is now going to just try and drag that slipstream for as long as he can. It's a smart strategy if you're on hard tires like him. Again, at the moment it's fairly simple to... Oh, we've got a battle going on here. Oh, Slime King goes a bit straight on there. That looked pretty hard fought. Not entirely sure if all the legal moves were being made there, but we'll see that one after the race. I highly doubt Slime King will actually have the need to, will actually feel the need to report anything here, considering how little drivers there really are. Anything you get is points anyway. You can really see he is just taking it easy into corners, but it is paying off, because with Roberto Garcia they're going in like aggressive into every corner. It gives him a better exit. And now he's on the inside of turn 11. They're still side by side though. And now he's ahead. So third place to Slime King. So gotta keep an eye on this though. Oh, you can see just how early on the apex he wants to be. Oh, and he's lost a part of his front wing. He's not entirely out of the race like he was in qualifying. But essentially there goes his race already. It's not great, but what can you do? But remember, your race is never entirely over. But I guess when you're with only 4 cars, the chance that someone else crashes and causes a safety car is rather low. Oh, he's got himself a penalty as well. I didn't see that happening, but I assume it's for, oh, well. That's what you get when you're on cold tires. Let's quickly see. Yeah, he's got a 5-second penalty, so it's definitely for speeding in the pit lane in that case. Not great. Not great, that's for sure. Everything's still as we were. I highly doubt Slime King's actually like full locking up into every corner. I think that is definitely just a spectator glitch. Because once again, Codemasters can't actually make a proper F1 game with working physics. There must always be something wrong with it. Especially on the spectator side, it just cannot get them right. Lepidata Routers just lost a big deal of speed going through turns 2 and 3, so he must have lost the rear. Here, again, I highly doubt anyone's actually slamming the rev limiter like that. Again, unfortunately, I could do like, oh yeah, I need to be a commentator, I need to talk all the time, but yeah, it is kind of hard to stay talking when you've only got 4 drivers that you can possibly focus on, of which one is driving extremely far away from the rest, which basically leaves you with only 3, and they're not really doing much except just driving in a bit of a train right now. But, yeah. So instead, let's just talk about it. Inter Formula. I haven't even said anything about the name yet. I'm pretty sure I might have accidentally said Lom Cup near the beginning of this stream. But yeah, this is race 1 of season 1 of the not so Lom Cup anymore. It's now Inter Formula Racing League, IFRL. Therefore, this is also now Season 1 again. Season 1, Race 1. The main reason for the lack of attendance in this race is the fact that we did not actually set the attendance up at the beginning of the week, causing many people to not know that the race this week was going ahead until, well, today, when I was like, hello guys, last check to make sure that people are coming. Well, that didn't really work. Watch the train go. Now I guess the interesting thing, we're just gonna watch Lepidata here drive and just watch the Slime King slowly but surely catches up to him. Meanwhile, I have a little look at the drag strip there, or I guess not. Okay. Oh, you see how he lost the back there? The gap in time is slowly closing. I can only mainly say that this is down to just the difference in tires. It shows Slime King's not as much of a danger as some people thought. Some people really thought he would completely dominate them, but no. He is no season 0 Elias. He does use more track. We just watch. We just watch and watch. There's not much we can do apart from just watching and, you know, just kind of telling you what you already know at this point, because there's more than enough happening. What? What do I... There's not really enough happening. The mist on my screen is weird, because you can see there was like a line at the bottom there. Highly doubt that's supposed to happen. We've got more yellow flags. Roberto Garcia has gone for a pirouette on a soft. Clearly this race not really going the way he wants, but again, if he just finishes this race, he'll get points either way. Now, I'm gonna quickly tab out and check Racing League tools, because it is supposed to be recording me data. And I'm not sure if it's actually doing that. No, it says disconnected. That's not good. Hello, live timing. Why are you not working? Yeah, live timing. Can you work, please? I mean, otherwise, I can always enter it manually afterwards, considering that we didn't exactly have the biggest of grids, so that it won't take too long. Just wondering why it's not working. Yeah, I don't know for now. We'll see later. Oh dear. I just close it and see that Slime King's overtaken Leopard Dorado. I really just tabbed out at one of the more exciting moments in the race. But he's gonna fight back. He is gonna fight back. Down the inside. Outside though, just a little more grip. Slime King manages to hold on. He's now up in the second place. Roberto Garcia has just received his first lapping. That's not great. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button, so that's what's going on. Not entirely sure what he was doing there. Wow, look, he's right behind him. He's retired. Roberto, mate. Sorry to tell you this, but it's only lap 9 of the race. You won't be classified if you do that. Also, this counts as retiring on track, which is punishable by the rulebook, and unfortunately, we're going to have to follow the rulebook. So, yeah. Now, considering it didn't cause a safety car or virtual safety car, we would be willing to let it go, to let it slide in some way, but no, unfortunately we can't do that, because again, rules are rules. We're gonna have to give him, I suppose that's a quali ban. Or a grid penalty. I'm not exactly sure how he implemented it. But Radu's doing a decent job of holding on. If I was Slime King and I was really like, this race would be getting a bit boring right now, then my idea here would be to just drag Radu with me in my slipstream, see if he wants to do that or if he's just gonna pull away, because he is clearly faster than Ryu. And maybe it would be fun to just, drag another driver with you, make the battle a little more intense. You know how it goes. But Radu's gained a few tenths on that previous straight, so that always helps him overcome the loss in the corners. And that would be good for Radu as well, because, he's pitting onto mediums later on, and that would give him the advantage rather than the rest. He seems to have dropped out of DRS now, considering Slime King's also losing time on Ryu with that. I wouldn't do it anymore at that point. Yeah, not now. Terrible timing for that. Not gonna come for that. You get all he wants. Ryu, that's not a good idea. Speeding in the pit lane. Well, that spices things up a little. Don't know how Ryu's responded to that one himself. Exiting the pits now. Wait, did he even pit? Yeah, he did. It almost felt like he didn't even pit. That's how fast he went to the pit lane. He's only dropped about 17 seconds there, yeah. He's 17 seconds back behind Slime King now. 17 and a half, so, all still up for grabs, clearly. He's gonna try this undercut here on fresher tires. I do indeed assume that Slime King will pit this lap as well. Everyone's just getting themselves a penalty for speeding in the pit lane now. That's pretty funny. Leopardata Radu went into the pits though. That's something I wasn't expecting. But he's putting on the mediums as expected. Ryu's already pretty far ahead of him, isn't he? Pretty sure the weather is like sunny. Or well, sunny, clear, I mean. Clear slash dry. Wasn't expecting it to be like this weird, strangely foggy. That I don't think that that's how the light works here. So with that, what will Slime King do? Get himself a penalty as well? Please tab out, need to check something. Yeah, no. So, Slime King's still out there. Wasn't expecting Leopardata Radu to have dropped back to 12 seconds behind Rio Montano. I thought he was like some 5 seconds back at max. Or, no, sorry, 7. But he's 12 seconds back somehow. It's as if he's just taken a 5-second penalty in the pit lane. Alright, Slime King on the long stint then. Interesting strategy to say the least. What I'm expecting that he's doing here now is he's just going to go long on these mediums to then pit for softs later on, but at the time he is losing massive time to Rio Montano, so, you know, it might not be the best idea. I need to quickly do something here. Apologies for anything that might happen while I'm not looking. Okay, there we go. We go back into the game. Thank you for your patience. We will now return to your regularly scheduled broadcast of Interformula. But yeah, unfortunately this first race, yeah, not really a success. I can chalk that down to myself with the fact that people just kind of felt like this league died after we cancelled like the last half of season 3 of Lom Cup and rebranded entirely. People thought this league was dead. I can kind of get that, but no, we're not. And yeah, well, we're gonna have to just kind of deal with the slight backlash we get for that for a second. Luckily, it's not like personal backlash. The only backlash type we get here is the fact that people will have not signed up yet. That'll come later, and especially now that I've seen that there has been a race, they'll be like, oh, hello, maybe it's time to sign up. Boom. People sign up. Life's good. But that's a Radu fastest lap on the mediums. Interesting to see. So he's going a little faster than Ryu. I mean, actually, it's not really that interesting. It was to be expected, considering he's on mediums now. Good to see Slime King making this race interesting by going for an alternate strategy. 18 laps on mediums, I assume. Oh, at this point, come on, surely he's going into the pits this lap to do then 11 laps on softs. If he does any more than that, he'll probably be in trouble. There he goes into the pits. He does not speed in the pit lane. That's important to note. Remember that he only has to work himself into the 5-second time frame from Rio Montano and he'll be good to go. However, will he exit the pits ahead of Lepadato Radu, who's gained big time? How fast is lap for him this time? Oh, this is going to be tight. This is going to be tight, but it looks like Lepadato Radu's ahead. But he is. Very interesting to see. That's a massive gap though. What happened with Rio Montano in the pit lane that he's gained so much time? It's interesting to notice what we just saw from the shot coming out of turn 3 is that Lepadato Radu is really low on ERS. So we do have to watch out with that one. And see if he can overtake Lepadato Radu as soon as he can to get towards Rio Montano before the end of the race. It looks like he's going to do it already on this straight. Just got more traction on those soft tires. Wait, I never even checked if he's on softs. Yes, he is. I was already expecting it, but I didn't really confirm to myself. So now the chase begins. 12 seconds, or, well, I guess I should say 7. And it begins now. can see, just from that final and now the first sector, he's already chopped off a whole second. If he keeps that up, he'll be in that window before the end of the race. He's already walked Lapadato out of the DRS. .8 seconds. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame this this battle has to end on a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. Looks like Lapadato is heading into the pits again. I'm assuming at this point it's just going to be doing a little jokey joke, going on softs, trying to take the fastest lap for himself. That's the only real reason I can think of right now. The audio is it just sounds strange. It's like I'm not looking at the same car that I'm hearing. It's like my ears are on the other side of the track. Had to wait 7.6 seconds. Yeah. Well, that's just 2.5 seconds left to clear now. And guess what? He's got 8 laps to do it. But remember, it's not just 8 laps, it is a few laps of this like soft being fast, and the last few laps the soft will probably drop off a little. So I'll have to make sure he's far inside that 5-second window already by that time. But yeah, if anyone is watching this stream and this in the Long Cup and was, you know, someone involved in this whole ordeal of the first race being started so suddenly, yeah, as the now league owner, I do have to apologize. It was me who was not very cautious enough, and I thought I could do most of the work. I mean, it's not like I was taking most of the work upon myself. I knew Nino and Said were gonna do things, but neither me nor they really did much, and yeah, that kind of threw us down the drain for now. But we'll just grab a coat hanger, pluck ourselves out of the drain. And yeah, we'll get there eventually. Start advertising a little, you know. There's so many self-promo channels for such purposes. And kaboom. .4 seconds. Yeah, again, it's a shame that this battle is not really going to go on the track, but rather on off track on penalties. But hey, Ryu could always fight that one. I mean, you never know. So in this race, you can afford to crash out on after lap 27, after approximately turn 2 or 3, I think, and then you will still be awarded points, as that will be the 90% mark. Out of the thick fog comes Slime King. It always seems to be Slime King who's there to win races in which not a lot of people take part, which is strange because that would make you think, oh well, then he's not really a good driver. But well, I mean, it's quite the opposite. Slime King's a really capable driver. He's one of the only drivers who's probably been able to actually take the fight to Elias alongside myself and Lucas, I think. I think me, Lucas, and Slime King were really the only three who were able to take the fight to Elias in like early season 1, the first 2 races, and season 0. Unfortunately, Elias has not really done much beside that. Although I think Elias did sign up last season, but he didn't take part in any races after signing up halfway through the season. That's a bit of a shame, but we're not forcing him to do anything. Obviously, everyone has their own life, and they're not forced to do anything they don't want to do. And yeah, I guess what the thing is, what this league didn't really need is, I'm pretty sure that it was Lucas basically stealing half of our drivers for his own league. And that's caused at least half of those stolen drivers to not appear here again. I can name one good example, and I think that is Joep van Leeuwen. You know, Joep is one of only a few drivers that have been here in almost every single Lom Cup race. I think he was one of the only drivers with complete perfect attendance in the past 2 seasons. I might be wrong about that, but who cares? Yeah, now he's gone. And that's mainly because he's in Lucas League now. Now, again, I don't know what times Lucas League drives, but I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. So even if I was to try and do something with his league, it wouldn't work because I have like a job that I work at those times. Kind of could have seen it coming because clearly Lucas and I, visibly a number of others, were not really enjoying the times at which this league was being held. But we just simply cannot switch to Saturday. We can physically not make the switch to Saturday, because if we make the switch to Saturday, it means that I, the owner, and one of the commentators and streamers, and the one who is supposed to be the race director here, cannot attend because I'm at work at those times until like 5 hours after the race starts. So yeah, that's just simply not going to work. Anyways, we turn to the battle for the lead. Again, it's not really a thing that needs to happen, as long as at this point it's more of a, as long as he stays within the 5-second window, he'll be completely fine. Here we go then. The battle is well and truly on now. Onto the main straight. We've got half a second to spare between the two drivers. Ryu struggling with ERS, clearly seen by that rear light flashing, blinking all over the place. A battle is brewing in Lum Cup. That's always good to see, considering the lack of drivers attending this first race. But hey, who cares? I'm gonna give them points anyway. As I said, it's not like Slime King is a reserve, and the other drivers are not exactly the types to have easily run away with championship leads in past seasons. So yeah, no, not really. Whoa. What happened with my voice there? I have no clue. Again, no big need for him to overtake. I assume he knows about that. Two laps to go. Will people call it the most boring race in Lum Cup history? No. We've had more boring races with more drivers. Honestly. Ryu's struggling very hard with the ERS now. Don't understand why, honestly. But at this point, what are you to do if he's within 5 seconds so hard? The only thing you can still, you could still be lucky with is if you somehow manage to get him to spin. Yeah, that line at the bottom is definitely a visual bug. Here we go. Now I think they're going to go side by side, and now I think Slime King's going to go through before turn 1. That was a pretty easy done pass. Oh! Contact! That could have actually ended up in Ryu winning anyway if that contact went any further than that. Luckily nothing actually happened, but just a little contact on the final lap of the opening race. Well, not a lot of drama, not a lot of drivers, not a lot of DR things, I guess. But will the drivers be disappointed with this race? Not really, considering they all know they scored points here anyway. At this point, yeah, with that tire difference, there's just nothing Ryu can do. Well, guess it was time to see something like this happen once again. With someone giving himself a challenge on purpose just to be able to actually have a fight going towards the lead. But the 5-second penalty didn't really make it much harder for him than it needed to be. He's overtaken him on track regardless. Slime King comes through to win his 4th race of his time in this league. He wins the opening race at Bahrain of IFR. Whoa. No, IFRL. Sorry. I keep getting the acronym wrong. Interformula opening race of Season 1 in Bahrain. Will we refer to wins as people's first wins now that we've changed the league's name? No. Hence why I said that this is his 4th win. Because I am pretty decently sure that this is his 4th win. I know he's won 1 race in season... Actually, I think Slime King's now officially won at least 1 race in each season. No, that's not entirely true. No, he's not won a race in season 3, but he's won in season 0 once. He's won, I know, Spain in season 1, because that was the race where I came 2nd. Actually, no, that's the race that I was originally 2nd, but was put down to 3rd, I think, because Lucas crashed himself across the line, and it counted me as above him, and him as 3rd, and then it was reversed, and I was put as 3rd. And then Slime King won, if I recall correctly, Austria as well. I don't know if it wasn't, if that was his season 0 win or if that was in season 2. I think that was, yeah, that was his season 2 win, I think. Not entirely sure. It might have also been in season 1, but he's won 3 races before. This is his 4th win. Slime King wins. Once again, a race with low attendance. Slime King sees his opportunity each time. He finds a way. He finds a way. Takes driver today as well, considering he started 3rd and is now 1st. He's the only driver to have gained places. Funny how they didn't really go back to the pit lane there. I mean, I don't think they do in real life at Bahrain. Don't they stop on the grid? Well, all 3 cars could just pull up to the podium boards. The way it is. But yeah, well, big oof. Not much that could have been done about this. I will advertise this league a little more. We'll handle it better for the next race. I'll set up everything for the next streams, including thumbnail and everything. I'll upload a little bit of content. 2 clips specifically. The qualifying crash from Roberto Garcia, and I guess the moment that Slime King overtook Rio Montano for the lead. And, or that he wins. I don't know. Something. But there you go. All the champagne sprayed by the only 3 drivers who finished the race. Luckily, this was not a complete chaotic race with many crashes. It was just a general lack of drivers in general. There we go. We took a screenshot of the results. Note how much faster Lepadaduradu's fastest lap is than Rio Montano. It's very interesting to see. But hey, those who scored points today scored points today. Yeah, my live timing was not there today, so that's a bit of a shame. Again, not much I could have done about that, but well, we'll move on from here and get ourselves ready for the next race. Well, thank you for watching. This was more of a test race, even though I'm still handing out points. Who cares? I'm gonna be completely dead serious and honest here. Me and Saeed have pinged basically everyone multiple weeks in a row about signing up for the races that were going to happen, and yet somehow still there are people who have not signed up and then now suddenly today decided to sign up absolutely last moment. There have also been people who signed up and then didn't show up for this race. People like Milan have given me a valid reason. He said that he wasn't fully sure if he could drive today or not. Luke said that he didn't know that the race would be going ahead today until, well, today's. So I don't really blame him for that one. And well, I've heard from, I think it was Pim, that he had work today, so well, that's all fair. Either way, we'll be focusing on trying to get that attendance up. That's been this league's problem over and over again. So we will move on from there. Oh. Thank you all for doing the watching, the watch you watch. And we'll see you guys at the next race, hopefully with a little fuller grid. Thank you. And look forward to a bit of content.